Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith. Today we're going to make everyone's favorite macaroni and cheese. But I'm not going to use macaroni. Got some bacon, a selection of cheeses. So this is going to be not just cheddar cheese. I'm going to use cheddar, Parmesan, mozzarella, and feta. Obviously not that much feta, that's a huge hunk. It is very strong flavored. And we have some nice thick cut smoky bacon and some English mustard. First thing we need to do, render the fat from our bacon. That's 3 slices of thick cut smoky bacon. We're just going to let it cook there until most of the fat comes out. We're going to drain the fat off, and then we're going to saute our onions. Now that our bacon has pretty much rendered itself out, we're going to drain a lot of that fat into a different pan. I'm just trying not to pour our bacon in with it. And then we're going to add our finely chopped onion. And that was one very small onion. We're going to start on our cheese sauce. So that's where the fat went. And we're going to heat this pan up and add some butter. We are now going to start our cheese sauce, which I have about a tablespoon of the bacon fat in there. I'm going to add another tablespoon of butter. Turn that down a touch. I think that's too hot. Just want to melt the butter. We don't want to brown it. So I'm going to take it off. Just going to hold it up above the burner for a second and let the butter melt. And I am going to add flour. And depending how well the fat absorbs the flour, we could do anywhere from 2 tablespoons, which that was, which is definitely not enough. It is hard to judge how much flour you're going to need. Generally, it's accepted that you use equivalent amounts of butter and flour when making a sauce. So that was about another tablespoon, and we're going for another tablespoon. So obviously my measurement of the oil was not extremely accurate because I didn't measure the bacon fat when I poured it into the pot. And my butter may have been a bit more than 1 tablespoon. So that's probably 4 tablespoons of flour. And that is the consistency you want. Right like that. You don't want it liquidy. You want it all to absorb into the flour and basically make crumbs. So we're going to let that cook for a minute or two. We're going to shift it around actually quite frequently to keep it from burning. We're going to just let it cook. It should start to go a bit white-ish now that it's been there for a few minutes on the warm burner. You can see it's changed color a little bit. Well, I hope you can see the difference. So now scrape that all off and put in our whisk and start to add our milk. Alright, so far we've put about 700 milliliters of milk in there. And it's not as thick as you would want a cream sauce to be. that we're not making a cream sauce. We are going to be adding cheese. Before we add the cheese, we are going to add a teaspoon, right there, of English mustard. And we are going to add our already cooked bacon and onion. Stir that in. Oh, it's already getting a bit thick, so we're going to add some more milk. Because the cheese is going to thicken this up a lot. And I have a combination of cheeses, about 60 grams each. Mozzarella, Parmesan, well that's Parmesan, mozzarella, cheddar, and feta. I think there's a little more mozzarella than there is of the others, but we are going to start adding that and whisking it in. This may not turn out as orange as you're used to for mac and cheese, but as I said, it's not your average mac and cheese. It's more of a 4-cheese pasta. Get the rest of the cheese in there. And let's take a taste here. No, it does not need salt. And make sure you have reserved some milk, because if your sauce gets too thick after you add the cheese, you will want to thin it down a bit with milk. This is so far not too thick, but we're still cooking. And I think I will. Alright, so we have our cooked pasta, and we have our cheese sauce, which we are going to pour in there. And we're not going to pour it all in there. We have some fine breadcrumbs. We're just going to pour them all over the top. I have some Parmesan cheese I reserved. I'm going to sprinkle that across the top. So these are going to go in the oven at 375 until the top is crispy and brown. Oops. We also need some butter on top. Butter on there. I did 2 small dishes for dinner to be served with salad. So let's just break into it and see what we got here. There we go. It is beautiful, creamy, and crispy on top. Add a salad, and everyone's happy. Thank you so much for watching. Click the like button, subscribe, click the bell icon, and it'll let you know when I put up a new video. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone that watches.